Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to the chemistry class. Last day we discussed about the discovery of neutron, and today we will start from the arrangement of electrons in the various cells of an atom. And the arrangement of electrons in the various cells of an atom is known as the electronic configuration of that element. Okay. The maximum number of electron in any cell is 2n square. And here n is the number of the cell. N is the number of the cell. Suppose if we think about K cell, the value of n will be equal to 1. So maximum number of electron will be 2 into 1 square, that will be 2. So in K cell, the maximum number of electron will be 2. Okay. Next, if we think about in L cell, here n is equal to 2. Definitely it will be 2 into 2 square, that means 8. So in L cell, maximum number of electron will be 8. Okay. And in M cell, n is equal to 3. So 2 into 3 square, that means 18. And in N cell, n is equal to 4. Then 2 into 4 square, that means 32. Okay, so K cell maximum electron will be 8. K cell maximum number of electron will be 2. L cell it will be 8. M cell it will be 18. N cell will be 32. That is the 2n square rule. And the maximum number of electron which can be accommodated in a particular cell of energy level, okay, is given by scientist Bohr and Bury. That is 2n square rule. And so this rule is called Bohr-Bury's rule. Okay, hope you can understand. Next we will discuss that arrangement, okay, in an atom. Okay, actually many things are there that you have to know first. Okay, the outermost cell of an atom cannot accommodate more than 8 electrons. Even it has the occupancy to accommodate more number of electrons. Suppose we can take the example M cell. In M cell, we have just now observed one thing, that 2n square rule, that is 2 into m is equal to 3. In M cell, n is equal to 3. I am writing here, then you can understand. In M cell, n is equal to 3. So according to the 2n square rule, total number of electron will be 18. But it cannot, if M cell is the outermost orbit, it can accommodate maximum of 8 electrons. Okay, though its maximum capacity is 18. So outermost cell, okay, of an atom cannot accommodate more than 8 electrons. That you have to keep in mind. And this is due to the fact that the elements become stable after acquiring 8 electrons in the outermost cell. And the next cell, okay, to the outermost cell, that means towards the nucleus, that is called penultimate cell. And penultimate cell, okay, can have the most maximum number of 18 electrons. Hope you can understand. So this thing you have to keep in mind. Next we will discuss the electronic configuration one by one. First one is up to 20 is there in your syllabus, atomic number 20. When atomic number 1, okay, atomic number 1 is hydrogen. So it is generally represented by H11. So this one is the atomic number, and this one is the mass number. Mass number is the total number of proton and neutron, and atomic number is the total number of proton. And in this case, as atomic number is 1, so number of electron will be also 1. Okay, So its electronic configuration will be, in K cell there will be only one electron, you will write 1. Okay. And next will be helium. In case of helium, if you draw the diagram, then you can understand. Suppose this is the nucleus. I am drawing the nucleus in red ink. Suppose this is the nucleus of hydrogen. Okay. So inside nucleus, what will be there? Suppose this is the nucleus of hydrogen. Okay. And this is the orbit. That is K cell. In K cell there is only one electron. And inside the nucleus there will be only one proton. Only one proton is there. Okay. And this is the diagram of the hydrogen atom. So this diagram also you have to practice. Now in case of helium, the atomic number will be 2 and mass number will be 4. So here number of electrons in case of helium, it will be 2, and number of protons, that will be also 2, and number of neutrons, that will be 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. So if you draw the structure, then you can understand. Suppose this is the nucleus of helium atom. Inside the helium nucleus there will be 2 proton and 2 neutron, and outside there is K cell. This one is K cell. In K cell there will be 2 electrons. So these are the electrons. I am writing E. Electron, 2 electron will be there in the K cell. Hope you can understand. So this is the diagram, and when you write the electronic configuration, you can write in this way. In K cell there is 2 electron. Okay. Next we will go to the carbon. Carbon C612. Okay. So atomic number is 6 and mass number is 12. So number of electron in carbon, number of electrons will be 6, and number of electrons, number of electrons written, number of protons, that will be also 6, and number of neutrons, that will be 12 minus 6, that will be 6. So if this is the nucleus of the carbon, inside the nucleus of the carbon there is 6 proton and 6 neutron, and outside in K cell there will be 2 electron, and in L cell there will be 4 electron. So in this way carbon has 6 electrons. When you write the electronic configuration, you write K 2 electrons, in L cell 4 electrons. In this way you will write the electronic configuration. Hope you can understand. Next we will go to the another element or another atom, is sodium. Sodium is 1123. So in this case number of electrons, that will be 11, number of protons, okay, that will be also 11, and number of neutrons, that will be 23 minus 11, that will be 12. So if we draw the nucleus, then you can easily understand. So inside the nucleus there will be 11 proton in case of sodium and 12 neutron, and in K cell there will be 2 electrons, and in L cell there will be 8 electrons. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And M cell, this one is L cell and this one is M cell. M cell there will be 1 electron. So when you write the electronic configuration, you have to write K, L, M. In K cell there is 2 electron, L cell 8 electron, and M cell 1 electron. Total number of electron will be 11. Okay, so in this way you have to practice the electronic configuration as well as the atomic model, how electrons are distributed in different cells. Next we will discuss chlorine. Chlorine 1735. Okay, so in this case number of electrons, that will be the 17. Okay, then the number of protons, that will be also 17, and the number of neutrons, that will be 35 minus 17, that will be 18. So if we draw the structure then to atomic model, then you can understand. So inside the nucleus there is 17 proton and 18 neutron. K cell there will be 2 electrons and L cell have 8 electrons and M cell there will be 7 electrons. So in K cell 2 electron, L cell 8 electrons, M cell 7 electrons. Hope you can understand. So in this way you have to practice the electronic configuration, and you have to remember up to 20, that means calcium. Okay, so this is very much important, okay, for learning chemistry. Next we will discuss a new topic, that is isotopes. Now isotopes are atoms of the same element having the same atomic number but different mass number. Isotopes of an element have the same number of electrons and protons but differ in the number of neutrons. Like hydrogen has 3 isotopes. One is called protium, this one is called deuterium, and this one is called tritium or tritium. So in this case you observe one thing here, all hydrogens number of proton and electron is same but mass number is different. Okay, and mass number is different because of the number of neutron is different. Okay, and these are called isotopes. Okay, so hydrogen has 3 isotopes. Next, carbon has also C612, 3 isotopes. Then C613 and C614. Okay, so here one carbon, that normal, that is 12. Okay, and its abundance is very high. Here also its abundance is very high, and they are less abundance. Okay, now this C13 and C14, their percentage, okay, in carbon is very less. Okay, and this C13 isotope, this is C14 isotope. And chlorine has 2 isotopes, chlorine 1735 and chlorine 1737. Okay, hope you can understand. So next we will discuss the characteristics of these isotopes. Okay, first one we will write that chemical properties. Characteristics of isotopes. First one we will discuss chemical properties. Chemical properties generally depends on the number of electron. As in case of isotopes, all have the same number of electron and their electronic configuration is also same. So definitely they will exhibit same chemical properties. Next we will discuss physical properties. Generally isotopes have different physical properties. Actually physical properties depends on the mass. Okay, as isotopes have different mass of the same element, definitely their physical properties will change. Okay, like if you think about the boiling point of hydrogen and boiling point of deuterium, definitely as mass is higher, in case of deuterium that's double. Okay, definitely it will change. Hope you can understand. Next we will discuss the position in the periodic table. So definitely in modern periodic table, okay, all elements are arranged according to atomic number. As the isotopes have the same atomic number, their mass number may be different, but atomic number is same. So the isotopes will occupy the same position in the periodic table. Like hydrogen has 3 isotopes and position of hydrogen is first, okay, in the group 1 and period 1. Definitely the other isotopes will have the same place like hydrogen. Hope you can understand. And finally we will discuss the application. Different isotopes, okay, have different types of application. Like uranium-235. This isotope is generally used in the nuclear reactor for generating electric power by nuclear reaction. Okay, and uranium-238. This isotope, uranium isotope, is generally used for age determination of earth and rocks. Cobalt-60. It is used for the treatment of the cancer disease. Next we can tell that sodium-24. Sodium-24 will help you to detect the blood clot in human bodies or in animal bodies. Next we will tell that C14 isotope. C14 isotope is using, okay, for radiocarbon dating. Okay, that means if you have any carbon sample and what will be the age of this carbon sample by radiocarbon dating technique, by using this C14 you can easily tell. Next we will tell that iodine-131. Iodine-131 is used for treatment of thyroid disease, okay, or thyroid gland disease, okay. And finally we will tell that phosphorus-32, it is used in the agriculture research, okay. Different types of purposes are there in research, okay, we are using. So in this way we have completed the discussion of isotopes, and next day we will discuss the isobars and isotones. So today up to this, thank you.